The new Twisters 2024 is out now. Unlike the 1996 classic, this version boasts a massive effects budget with top-tier visuals and blockbuster talent. The story revolves around 5 young storm chasers who face thrilling events after meeting a tornado. It begins with Kate, who has a sharp weather instinct, joining friends for a doctoral experiment. They set out on their last storm-chasing trip of the season, ready with 6 barrels of super-absorbent polymer to test if their method can dissipate the tornado. Javi records data from the sidelines. The others drive toward the forming tornado. The sky flashes with lightning, thunder rumbles, and hail pours down.
Give us a nice, respectable EF1. I mean EF2, we'll take it.
Well, EF2 would be too big.
We have no faith, Praveen. There's no more of those baby EF0s.
Right now, the wind is getting stronger, and Kate suddenly realizes a tornado might be forming behind them. They need to put the polymer-filled barrels in the tornado's path. The sudden haystack caused their trailer to flip over. Everyone quickly got out to lift it up, and after releasing the latch, they hurriedly drove away as the strong winds sharply lifted the polymer into the sky. The data sensors also ascended, quickly flying to 3,000 meters high, signaling a fierce tornado. They formed it successfully, but soon sensed trouble as the tornado approached. The sensor reached 9,100 meters, and the polymer should have activated.
Oh yeah, 40,000 feet. Your tornado isn't shrinking, Kate. 50,000 feet.
But things went beyond expectations. The sensor reached 21,000 meters, and the wind speed was astonishing. At 322 kilometers per hour, this was level 5 tornado data. They rushed away, but the wind speed increased. The steering was unresponsive, leaving the vehicle stuck in the mud. With the tornado nearby, they had to abandon the car and run to a nearby overpass. One companion was quickly blown away, and 3 made it to the bridge. Find cover under the bridge. Her boyfriend held her down, but the crazy woman still stared in shock as it all happened. Kate felt powerless and lost track of time. The surroundings fell silent. The tornado left destruction, a reminder of nature's indifference. 5 years on. Javi worked in New York at the National Weather Service as a meteorologist, no longer chasing storms, but soon discovered it. After college, he joined the military as a radar operator, using phased array radar capable of detecting even moths from 1.6 kilometers away.
What if we point this thing at the tornado?
Javi stated that the military has developed portable devices, and he has several prototypes, inviting Kate to join him back home to continue storm chasing and aid those who shouldn't have died. The dreadful scene appeared in Kate's mind, and she quickly refused Javi. After returning home, Javi sent her news about a tornado. She knew her past actions had meaning. It was her inner demons at work. So she chose to return to the tornado frequency with Javi. In Oklahoma, she formed a storm-chasing team and got funding to upgrade their gear. They just need an experienced navigator like Kate. This team includes storm lovers from all over the country. With a popular influencer, Tyler, who drives a pickup and blasts rock music, Kate feels a bit out of practice. While using a dandelion for direction, Tyler approaches to chat. Maybe noticing Kate's skills, he asks Kate for storm-chasing advice. The 2 clouds to the west compete for warm air, draining each other, while the east wants to fill the sky. After showing Tyler the risky direction, Kate turns and notifies Javi to prepare to head west.
The one to the east has much better numbers.
Nah, conditions don't feel right. Cap is too strong. It'll never break.
Not far ahead, the forming cloud mass indicated they were on the right path. Now they need to surround it with 3 radars, keeping the distance under 300 meters to obtain 3-dimensional tornado data.
That's our tornado, baby!
Unexpectedly, Tyler appeared in the sand like a huge, eye-catching DJ, seemingly fearless as he drove straight toward the tornado's center. Meanwhile, Javi's team had successfully set up 2 radars. They parked the car at the designated spot, but as Kate observed the tornado, it suddenly changed direction. She quickly turned the car around and drove away. By the time they were ready to deploy the radar again, the tornado had moved too far. Tyler's car rushed into the tornado, triggering fireworks as it faded away. Tyler's wild and reckless stunt left Kate and Javi stunned, staring in disbelief. After this first failure, Kate became more cautious. Even with the tornado forming, she stayed alert, especially since it was a rare double tornado.
Fujiwara effect! Fujiwara effect!
But new issues appeared. 2 tornadoes were moving apart, meaning one would disappear. They had to choose. Kate and Tyler both chose the right side. Suddenly, Kate was drawn to the wheat field. The wheat field caught their eyes. They were all moving in the same direction, and Kate promptly decided to change direction.
Go left!
What?
Take a left!
Meanwhile, Tyler was still reveling in their supposed mistake. Yet, as they prepared to drill into the ground for the storm, a huge tornado loomed in front of them. In a flash, it nearly disappeared, leaving them with nothing. Kate figured out from the wheat's direction that the wind was blowing north, which was better for the tornado forming on the left. They managed to set up 3 radars, but they weren't done yet. Before they could complete their setup, the radar was pulled into the wind, and the tornado rapidly turned toward them. The tornado chased them closely, forcing Javi to stop under a tree and hide in the car. The wild wind raged outside, but they were helpless until it weakened as the tornado reached its peak. The peak brushed past them but headed straight for a small town. They rushed there to help. While Javi searched for the radar, Kate realized the investor backing them was just a developer exploiting disaster relief. Tyler, on the other hand, turned out to be a genuinely good person. That night, after a deep conversation, they went to a farm to watch a bullfight. Kate learned that Tyler was also a meteorologist, equally obsessed with tornado peaks. The bigger the tornado, the more thrilled he became. Suddenly, a strong wind swept through the arena, sending the audience into panic. People fled in fear, aware that driving now would be dangerous. Kate and Tyler hid in a convenience store, quickly calling for others to take shelter inside. Yet some reckless individuals still chose to drive off. In the next second, a tornado swept them into the sky. Kate secured a mother and daughter in a corner, then, with Tyler, headed to rescue the store owner, but he was taken by the tornado. A truck crashed down nearby. Afterward, Tyler shielded Kate with his body. After the storm passed, they saw the damage. When Javi arrived late, Kate asked him about his plan.
He's swooping in and taking advantage of people who have just lost everything. You have no idea what that's like.
I don't know what that's like. How about losing 3 of my best friends while you were trying to land a big fat grant for your science project?
Without saying more, Kate drove off, returning home a few hours away. Since moving to New York, she had barely spoken to her mother. But the mother still kept all of Kate's middle school experiment results, always carefully protecting her daughter, who wanted to tame the wild tornado. Kate, who had wrapped herself tightly in her own world, learned of her past ambition to dismantle the tornado. Tyler immediately offered help, saying he could use his supercomputer to build a model that might actually assist her. Yet, that was a wound Kate had long avoided. She felt torn between the painful lessons of her past and the countless lives in need of rescue. After a night of deliberation, Kate reached her decision.
You said you could get a new model running?
They entered polymer and moisture data into a level 1 tornado model. The airflow speed and temperature were decreasing, showing that Kate's method was theoretically sound. Next, they needed to confirm the experimental results. They found a level 1 tornado parked in the center and pressed the switch to let the polymers rise high into the sky. Kate anxiously watched the changes, but the tornado showed no signs of weakening. Could the model be wrong? At that moment, Javi came to the door. Kate asked him for the radar data. Thanks to high-tech assistance, they swiftly discovered the issue. The polymer absorbed only the rain droplets that had formed and not the moisture in the air. Thus, to dismantle the tornado, they required additional moisture. They opted to use pinpoint silver rockets to create artificial rain and enhance the polymer's amount. Kate joined Tyler's team, but this tornado was unusual, sweeping through the power plant and igniting a fire. In this case, they couldn't verify the results. A giant fire tornado rushed at them, exploding rapidly. The tornado's wind speed was rising fast, increasing the danger to Javi. The smoke blocked their sight, and they quickly lost direction. Tyler and Kate rushed in without hesitation, guiding the others out of danger. Behind them, the power plant was in chaos, but the good times were short-lived. The tornado showed no signs of weakening. Instead, it approached the crowded city of El Reno with even greater force. They could only hurry into the city to evacuate the residents as the tornado was unstoppable. They sent members to follow the rescue team, but the shelters were full. They could only guide people to the cinema. Tyler was hit by a train car, trapped, and watching the water tower about to fall. Even with all her strength, Kate couldn't save him. Fortunately, at the last moment, Javi appeared and rescued Tyler. The theater was also unsafe. The ceiling kept falling, creating chaos, and without a basement, they couldn't withstand the massive tornado. Kate drove off quickly, knowing she had to save everyone. She risked everything to save lives. Alone, she charged into the tornado with polymer barrels as Javi and Tyler watched helplessly. Kate stopped the car at the tornado's edge, deployed the drill and silver rocket, waiting for the perfect moment to act. Finally, the polymer launched safely into the sky. The cinema screen continued playing, but the theater shook violently under the storm, threatening to tear the screen apart. The wind blew fiercely, sweeping people into the air. They clung to their seats, powerless against nature's force. After the polymer ascended, Kate watched anxiously as the clouds began to lower. The clouds sank, and suddenly her vehicle was thrown over. The tornado showed no signs of stopping. A girl lost her grip, and just as she was about to be pulled away, Tyler grabbed her.
I got you!
In a key moment, the whirlwind swept the guests away. Kate had succeeded. As she turned toward the center of the whirlwind, it seemed she was destined to be a hero. This film is based on true events. Some events were altered for dramatic effect to reflect the scenes of that time. Enjoyed the video? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more exciting recaps.